So, of the Battlefront kits, I'm going to start with the Grant. Looking at it, there seem to be some optional pieces not discussed in the instructions in this assembly guide. So, I'm going to separate the pieces from the sprue, and I'll come back in a minute with assembly. So, I've partially cleaned the hull parts. It looks like there is a couple of different ways of assembling the model, the instructions for only one of which are in this book. So I'm going to assemble the bits that assemble the same either way, which is going to be the hull, and then I will have a look on the internet and see if I can work out the next step to take. So, as you can see, glue going on to do the hull pieces. Yeah, I think this could use a bit better definition. But no, that has to be the way that goes. See, I did not expect the Zaveda instructions to be the clearer instructions out of the two. Okay, so next step is going to be, which is the front. This is the front. Okay, yeah. Yep. That dry fits onto there. That's a little bit of flash that I missed, so let's get rid of that. And the sun goes in, which I think means it's going to be much easier to see what's going on in this video. Yeah, dry fitting that works. There we go. That I'm going to leave for a little later. That's not flash. So, quick check of that. Or is it? Because it does stop it lying flat. But it does not. Oh, no, it's not. You're gonna have to be very, very careful assembling this. Dry fit each piece before you put a dab of glue on it. It's a really detailed, nice kit, but you need to be absolutely sure that you're gluing the correct pieces. which is why I'm going to take a break before I start assembling the turrets and the armament and the stowage. Like that. So it means that this long piece here is the bit that you most want to get some glue on. Tiny bit of excess glue, wipe it away with a piece of tissue. So that's the whole of the Grant assembled. Because there's two different turrets, it does show the construction of the larger, slightly lower turret, but I want to check and see if historically that's the correct thing. You've also got what appears to be some choice with the stowage, space for a tank commander, some additional stowage you can stick on the back. So I'm going to have two sets of guns. It may simply be that you can put two sets of turrets on it. And yes, I may well just assemble both turrets just in case. But looking at it, this turret does have the ability to just pop in this machine gun here. I'll be back in a minute. So, having checked the internet, there is a difference between the two turrets. This is the American style turret for the Lee, which was in British service, was also in Russian service, and this is the British style turret for the Grant, which is lower, sloped, and has space in the turret for a radio. So I'm going to assemble the British turret. I'm going to assemble it with the long 75, and I've picked out some stowage as well. So in a second, let's just clean that a little bit of flash off the long 75. In a second I will start putting it all together. So that goes in there. This, which is the top of the sponson with the driver's periscope, goes there. So that is then movable. A little bit of flash from the underside of the gun. But yeah, that's what I'll be gluing in. So I'm going to leave it so that you can turn the gun. But glue it in like so. That's that done. I've picked the stowage I want to use. I'm using the one with the axe on the top, though at this scale it does just look like a big hammer. But yeah. Additionally, there's some even smaller pieces of stowage. Which which I will be putting here at the very back. I've also taken a little green stuff because of a gap there and filled that in. And a jerry can. Which I am just going to pop in to there. So that's the hull built, along with the gun, and now onto the turret. So all that really needs doing is a fairly simple turret. That sticks into there, cleaned all the flash off, and that's it, test fitted. And as I've said, this is the British turret, which eliminated the need for a 7th crewner member, gave the commander a radio, and a very slightly lower profile, though with the profile of the M3 hull that's not mattered an awful lot. So let's have a look at how this fits in. And like so is the answer. So a little bit of glue on here. And then clear that glue out a little bit. And then we're putting this in there so that we've got a rotatable turret. Yeah, it's quite clever of them to put both variants on the same sprue. They should probably have included that in the instructions. Would have made life a little bit easier instead of trying to guess what the hell the extra bits were for. I've also taken a tank commander off the sprue of teeny tiny tank commanders. And he'll be able to sit in there. So, and now we can see, take this guy out, I'm going to need to paint him separately and then stick him in with a little blob of green stuff at the bottom. We can see the Battlefront Grant alongside the Zavada tanks and how they measure up. It's a very nice model. It's reasonably complicated to put together, and you've seen how long it's taken me to build compared to some of the Zavada stuff. But moving long gun, choice of 2 turrets, choice of 2 hull guns as well, choice of stowage. Essentially, it's a very, very nice kit. For war in the desert, I would quite like to have a couple of squadrons of these. They saw service in 1942, about the same time that things like this were leaving service, though they were still in service at the Second Battle of El Alamein. You've got the Honey as well, you've got the Matilda II, and things like the Crusader, which will probably be the next kit that I'll put together. But yeah, very nice kit, very well designed. I do like that they've coloured the kits so that you can start playing them straight away and see the difference between them. Though to be fair, the difference is fairly obvious. I will be spraying up and painting some of the models quite soon to give you an idea of the colour scheme used in the desert. But yeah, it is a lot easier to turn and remove the turret than it is with the Zavada. And they've gone with less delicate guns on the Battlefront, because I look at that and I worry that that is going to come a cropper quite soon. I will put bases on them to make them a little more resilient, but yeah, really liking the Battlefront Grant. If you like this video, leave a like or subscribe to the channel. I will do a bunch more videos on vehicles in the Western Desert, and start putting together and painting a Desert Rats and an Afrika Korps army.